Paul and Tyrrell, thank you very much for joining us. Congrats on a fantastic point. Paul, we'll begin with you. We saw your emotions out there just straight after that win. This clearly means an awful lot to you, doesn't it?
Yeah, I figured it. I think it was actually 12 years since I last won a full point, because I think Valhalla had a couple of halves, but not a full point. Yeah, and I set my sights on trying to make this team. I knew it would be an amazing team. I wanted to be part of that. But it wasn't just sort of to get here and be part of the team. It was to try and win a Ryder Cup back. The US clearly played brilliantly at Hazeltine, and be part of this great squad is what I wanted. Now I'm on it. Now we've got to try and win it, and so to contribute to that is very meaningful to me.
Yep.
So I played some really good golf yesterday, and so did Justin and Jordan. They played wonderful stuff. So frustrated not to get a point. And today I was on a mission to get one, so very, very happy.
Yeah. Tyrrell, your first Ryder Cup point, and as Paul mentioned, you dovetailed very well today, and you played some great golf yesterday. Can you tell us a little bit about this partnership and as well the trust that Thomas put in you to put you out again this morning?
Yeah, obviously it's been a good partnership. Like Paul said, we were unlucky not to get anything out of yesterday's match. Obviously I think we were 8 under yesterday, and I think 9 under today. So obviously we've played some good golf. Delighted that we could win a point this morning. We knew it was going to be really tough, obviously, going against DJ and Ricky, 2 fantastic players. And we knew that the guys were going to come out fighting after how the session went for them yesterday afternoon. So it's fortunate that Paul was on hand to play how he did on the front 9, and thankfully I could contribute a little bit on the back 9, and it was buzzing we could get the win.
Thank you very much, guys. We'll take it to the floor, and we'll begin with number 4, please.
Would each of you talk about the other, what you see as the real outstanding strengths of the other? What strikes you about Tyrrell's game, Paul?
I mean, he's one of the world's best putters. For me, that's Ryder Cups are so often won and lost on the greens. The guys who make putts versus the guys that don't. And you've knocked a couple of drives past me this week, which has annoyed me. It's his he's tenacious. He fights, but it's his ability to hold putts, which was. I mean, it's great. All credit to Justin and Jordan yesterday. If we'd hold a couple of putts, it would have been an even better match. It really would have. And it wasn't until the 8th hole today that he finally held one. And when he did, it was a big one. So, and then you guys saw the clutch putting that he made when I wasn't there in the hole on holes like even the short one on 9 and 10. Great 2-putt in 11. It was brilliant stuff. 13 was phenomenal. So his putting is world class.
Obviously his long game is fantastic. He's one of the best ball strikers on tour. So I knew that we were going to be a strong partnership if we played together. Fortunately, I haven't unfortunately, I haven't holed many putts the last 2 days, but I feel like I've been reading the greens pretty well. So when we've teamed up, when we've been looking at putts together, Paul's hold quite a few, which is great.
With your reads.
Yeah, and obviously that. So I've been helping him a little bit with the reads there. So, we've done well together, and yeah, it's just thankfully it's worked.
Go to number 2 and James, please.
Paul, was there a suspicion of a tear there on the green on the 16th? And when was the last time you were this emotional on a golf course?
Yeah, there was a tear. I was emotional earlier. I've always been a bit that way.
Softy at heart.
Yeah, I cry in movies as well. I mean, even Valspar was, Valspar had finished though, and then the outcome, I had to wait for the outcome. yeah, every time, probably most of my wins, I've been a bit teary. Hey, not embarrassed. I care about it. It means an awful lot to me. So, I say I'm proud to be on this team and proud to be standing next to those other 11 teammates and proud to win a point.
Number one.
Paul, I think I counted that you've had more birdies than anybody across the 2 days of the 2 mornings. I think you've had 11. And at the same time, like today, this morning, we've seen maybe 20 shots go in the water. Can you talk us through why you're proving so effective at scoring on this course in the last 2 days?
I'm not sure of the answer to that, and if I did, I probably wouldn't tell you, for fear of giving away a secret. I've had confidence in this man next to me and I've clearly been out of the hole a couple of times in the last 2 days, and he's always been there right next to me, backing me up, making a birdie or a par if I haven't. So I've had that ability to kind of freewheel a bit and just go for things. But also I knew that, what a tough task. I've got a massive respect for this US team. They are 12 amazing players, and we're going to fight for every single point. I mean, going up against, say, JT, Jordan, Dustin and Ricky, great pairings. I knew I had to, throw a lot at those both matches, which I tried to do. And it's what the guys are going to continue to do for the next, session and, 2 sessions, basically. We're going to go fight because we say massive respect for this team.
Could go number 3 in the front here.
Four ball and foursome are such different formats to play, and they always say that the European side has always been better at foursomes. So after dominating foursomes yesterday afternoon, how were you guys able to switch and play so well in 4-ball against the U.S. team after what they did in the morning yesterday?
I don't know. I wasn't part of the foursomes. I don't know.
I wasn't either. Enjoyed. I think obviously
watching that.
For us, we obviously had the afternoon off yesterday, which gives you a bit of time to relax and get a bit of energy. Obviously, you go out and support the lads as they come through to the back 9. But yeah, we're pretty fresh this morning. We knew we were playing well going into. We played well yesterday, so there's no reason why we couldn't play well again today. And obviously, just having that freshness of having the afternoon off yesterday probably helped us.
But I think, Michael, I think we have elasticity within our team. We have the ability to really pair multiple guys together. We're not bound by. Fortunately, everybody's fit and healthy. If you get an illness on the team, you can throw a spanner in the works kind of thing. But it's, we've got the ability to really mix and match. And Thomas, his pairings yesterday, certainly in the afternoon, phenomenal. I wouldn't have changed them.
Got time for 3 more questions. We'll start with 4.
Now that you've had a couple of rounds here around the golf course, what part of your game would you say this course is testing the most, and what element is it rewarding the most?
I'd say the toughest thing around here is driving. Obviously, you have to be in the fairways here. As you can see, the rough is brutal. If you miss fairways, then more than likely you're not going to be able to make it to the green, which then means you're struggling for par. So I would say that's probably the toughest part of playing around here. The greens are rolling good. They're nice and pure. So obviously you start the ball on the right line, then you should have a good chance of holding putts. But yeah, for me, I'd say that is the toughest test this week, is obviously making sure you're in play.
Going to go with number 2.
I agree.
Just in the back.
Sorry, Jeff.
Realizing that you guys have plenty to focus on within the walls of your own team room, Phil is the only American to only get into one of these first 4 matches. Is there any sense of surprise from your guys' side of things to see a player of his decorated caliber utilized in such a limited role?
I'll be honest, I haven't. We've been trying to take care of our own business. So, yeah, you'd have to ask somebody else above me, a higher pay grade than me, to answer that question. Sorry.
I'm going to finish with one.
Paul, I watched you as you came off earlier. You were pretty much high-fiving every fan on your way off the course. I mean, can you just talk me through that? And was that your emotions getting the better of you? But more importantly, what's the most embarrassing movie that has made you cry, please?
I was emotional as soon as we walked off the 16th green. No, jumping up and down with all the fans and high-fiving everybody. I was fully in control of my emotions then. I'm just enjoying this as much as I can. As I said earlier this week, you know, just looking at, you know, my age, in all likelihood, this may be the last European-based Ryder Cup I'll play. I'd love to be in Italy, but, you know, 41 right now, so we'll see. Movies?
Don't be shy.
No, I'm just trying to think of something. I mean, no, it's usually movies. Usually ones where I'm watching, you know, sitting there watching with my kids, and they turn around and you know, it's usually a cartoon or something. Yeah, it's something Disney, isn't it?
Some Disney films.
If anybody's, yeah, any good character gets killed or something, gets squashed, kills me. I mean, I do remember being on a plane once, and it was a classic situation. I'm there watching it was the Senna documentary, Ayrton Senna documentary, and my wife and I both watching it on the plane, but separate seats across the aisle from each other, and we both got a tear in our eye. And the stewardess thought we'd had, obviously, clearly, it must have had a massive row, you know, or something is going on. We're both sitting there crying.
On that note, guys, thank you very much for joining us, and have a great day.
Thank you.
Cheers, lads.